So October 7th, 2011, I'm on a stage in Lisbon, Maine, and I'm having a little fun with the audience. I do this bit where I announce to the audience, I hold up some objects, whether it's my clothing, a point out, or a bag or something, and I tell them I recently went through a divorce. This was the settlement. I get a chuckle, and then I says, the most of the women are thinking, you're lucky you got that, you jerk. And I am. And so I go on, and then I ask the women in the audience how if there are any divorced women. And they usually get a few hands in their lap. I says, because I says, I found out a long time that I love divorced women because you've got property. And usually gets a chuckle. And then I ask, when this particular night, I asked a couple. He was probably in his 70s. She was probably a decade younger. And I said, how long have you guys been married? And he said, we've been married 12 years. And I said, now who had the house? She wouldn't speak. So he says, I had the house. I said, well, that's great. So I said, but he says, I gave it to my ex-wife. I said, really? Yeah, I gave it to her because it's got termites. In fact, it's still got termites. Now the audience is out of control. And so I got a hot one now, so I'm going to work this guy a little bit more. I said, well, where do you live now if you gave your house away? We live in a trailer. Figured out after the first marriage, things ain't going right. I want a house with wheels. That way there, I can get away fast this time. So I sit down and, I'm trying to hold on to this guy because obviously it's Rich. And in a couple of minutes, he admits to me, he says, yup, she married my brother. Well, of course, my mind's racing because there's all of the jokes you can apply to Mainers about family members. And I said, but I don't even have to go there. I don't even have to think much because he says to me, yep, now she's my sister-in-law. Crowd loses it. I lose it. I says, why don't you come up here and explain how this all happened? I ain't going up there. I says, come on. I says, here's the microphone. But okay, but I'll talk to you, but I ain't talking to them. So he won't talk to the audience. He looks at me and I said, so go ahead. He says, well, kind of happened like this. He leans on the stage as though he's home. And we're making a good connection. So I know he's telling me the truth. He says, I worked a double shift at the mill. I come home after 16 hours exhausted. Mom expecting dinner. I got dinner all right, but it wasn't the usual dinner. I got myself a TV dinner. I said, something's up. Never got a TV dinner in my 20 years of marriage. Something might be up here. Well, he says a couple of days go by, and again, he's bearing his whole story to the audience of all these strangers who live in the same town he does, probably know his ex-wife. He says 2 days later, she tells me she wants a divorce. Then it becomes clear why I got that TV dinner. Now I'm making the connection. No more dinners, cooked dinners at least for me. Turns out she's been sleeping with my brother for 5 years. I said, well, gee, I said, 4th of July and Christmas must be a lot of fun around here. He says, oh, we don't get together with those people much.